Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and welcome to a special edition of Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And I'm here today to talk to you about Turning Red. So this movie came out in 2022, and it's a Pixar movie that was shown through Disney and Disney Plus. I always thought that it was yeah, sorry about that. I emphasized Disney and Disney Plus because I dropped my paper. Anyway, but yeah, I always assumed this was a Disney movie, but it's not. It's Pixar. Honestly, I don't think I've ever watched a true Pixar movie. The only Pixar movies I've ever watched are the ones that where Pixar and Disney made together and stuff. But I've never actually sat and watched an actual Pixar movie. I don't know if Happy Feet is Pixar, and I don't think Shrek is either. But yeah, I've never watched a Pixar movie. I have nothing against them. It's just I'm older and I just don't watch kiddie animated movies. But I mostly watch superhero type stuff. And on occasion, because I got Disney Plus, I will watch a Disney animated movie that I've never seen before that got a lot of hype. And this movie got a lot of hype. Because I've been meaning to watch this, I just haven't had time. And one of the reasons why I wanted to watch this, because, the trailer looked interesting. I liked how, the creator, this was her first time directing a movie. And, it's like a story she wrote that based on her experience growing up. And also because somebody was complaining online that, oh, this movie is woke and they're pandering to us, and why it has to be so diverse and I'm just like, screw you, I'll watch it just to smite you. And everything. And so because I'm so sick and tired of hearing that crap, man. You gotta understand, the entire world is not full of white people and white people only, and people of color come down to their feet. It's just not like that. I don't understand this. I don't understand people. I just don't understand some people. I don't understand some people of certain races. I just don't understand people no more. People used to be normal and everything. But anyways, so, this is a coming of age story, and it's a really fascinating and cute little movie. I had no idea just how, enjoyable this movie is. However, sadly, this movie didn't do so well, even though it's a critical acclaim and everything, and people praised it. Sadly, the pandemic screwed this movie up. It's one of those pandemic casualty movies and stuff. It was supposed to be worldwide in theaters, but because of the pandemic and everything, they had to put it on Disney Plus in only a few theaters. In fact, it didn't even make that much money. It had a budget of $175 million, but only made $21.5 million and stuff. And COVID affected it so badly that Pixar had to had to give the lead actress tons and tons of studio audio equipment, to where she made one room in her house like a makeshift audio studio type place, which you can kind of tell because in the beginning of the movie, in certain parts, it's kind of like an odd echo, and not just from the bathroom scene. So they had to get creative, man, and I don't blame them, because the director and the lead actress only met one time and everything. And so this movie, I don't know if Pixar has any predominantly Asian movies, but this might just be their first one. And so I think it's so great that this woman, got this tell like her own story, her own experience. I love how it's diverse and everything, because when you look at this movie, this doesn't have the traditional like American stars, and one of the reasons because this is like Canadian and stuff. So they decided like the main stars are gonna be like Chinese, and one's Korean, one's Indian, and the other is Jewish and stuff. You don't see your traditional black and white like characters and stuff. Even in Canada, you see black and white, and that's like not nowhere in the movie and stuff. And honestly, if it would have been in theaters, oh, I think this would have made bank and everything. I will say the movie went in so many different directions I was not expecting. See, I didn't know nothing about this movie. All I knew was that a little girl turns into a red panda, and that's all I knew. And so I didn't like. I was thinking, okay, she turns to a red panda. Okay, eventually she's probably gonna try to get rid of it, or she's gonna use it to her benefit and try to like save probably like the city or something like that. I wasn't expecting them to go to like this concert in like this boy band group and them raising money and then the mom getting pissed and turn into like a kaiju and everything like that. I was not expecting all that. I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm just here for like the ride. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not what I expected, but I'm just in the car seat, just riding along and everything. Now, the director and co-writer is Domi Shi, and she's worked with Disney before. But like I said, this is her first time directing something. She made a short, and she pitched. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so tired. And she pitched the idea of this, like a while, and it took a good while from 2017 to 2022. She co-wrote it with Julie Cho. And so like I said before, this is like a coming of age. And her inspirations were like a lot of anime stuff. Sailor Moon and Rama 1.5. The only reason why I know what Rama even is because when I remember this exactly. I remember this exactly. I was a senior in high school, and there was this guy that sat next to me in class for homeroom, and me and him were like friends and stuff like that. And I told him how like I like Sailor Moon, and he's obsessed with anime. And so, like, one of those like white people that's like really obsessed with anime, that's him. Like, the type. And so, like, we were talking, and he was telling me, oh, if you like Sailor Moon, you might like Rama and 1.5. I'm like, well, what's that? And he's all like, it's a boy, and when he gets like wet with cold water, he turns into a girl. And I just kind of looked at him like, why would I like that? And stuff. Oh, anyway. So that's the only reason why I know what this is. And so, yeah, it is kind of similar to that and stuff. And what's really fascinating about this coming of age is like, oh my God. Like when I watched this, I was still thinking it was a Disney movie, right? Until like I later researched it online. I was like, how the heck did Disney let all of this adult humor into the movie and stuff? But no, apparently Pixar just don't give a crap. Talking about drugs, gyrating. Like, oh my God. She's all like, I like boys, I like loud music, I like concert, and I like gyrating my butt. I'm like, oh my God. And then they show her just like, twerking and everything. I'm just like, this is a kid's movie. And then her period and stuff. I was really shocked and surprised by that. And they mentioned the word tampons. And I was just like, man, Disney has really changed. But it's not a Disney movie and stuff. And so, yeah, I think that's great. They showed that stuff and didn't shy away from it because one of the problems with like American animation and American like television shows and kids shows that they shy away from certain topics like that because why parents? Oh, Don't teach my kids this stuff. They grooming our kids and all this other crap. And like, this is inappropriate for my kids and blah, 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 and stuff like that. But it's like the kid's gonna go through it at some point in time, you know what I'm saying? Like, puberty and stuff. And that's basically what this girl is going through. She's going through puberty. Mei Lee is the main character. And like, she is voiced by, oh, what's her name? Oh, I can't think of her name right now. Oh, Rosalie Chang. And so she voices Mei Lee. And Mei Lee, boy, why, she is sassy. Like, she has a vibe to her. Like, like this girl is just like something else that you've just never seen before in animation. She is extremely headstrong. And like, and she feels so real. Like, her crushing on boys, drawing pictures of boys she liked. Who hasn't done something like that? You know what I'm saying? Drawing somebody that you have a crush on, or just like something, and fantasizing about them, and her group of friends are like, similar to how she is. Man, her friend Abby cracks me up. Cracks me up. And her friends are very diverse. Abby is like, Korean. You have Priya, who is Indian. And then you have Miriam, who is Jewish and also a tomboy. And since this is set in 2002, during the teen years of Dome and everything, when it comes to those tomboy girls, years later, they come out. I was getting that vibe big time from that character and stuff. But yeah, like back in those early 2000s, it was just like, eventually they will realize what they are, or they will finally just come out and let the world know who they are and stuff. And, the director is all like, during that time of puberty, when I was like, a preteen in high school, stuff like that, everybody felt like an animal. Everybody felt hairy and musty and this and that, and, and turned on. And, it's like a wild time and everything. Like, it's a development and everything, And I like the way she told it through animation and like an animal and stuff like that, because she didn't go too like perverted or nothing like that. She did it in a way that young people can understand and adults can just laugh at, and because we've all been through that stuff before, and you can't stop it. And that's kind of like, it's a part of you, and that's what this message is about in this movie. That your body is a part of you. You go through puberty and everything. Your body changes. You can't reverse time. You just have to go with the flow. And that's what she does when she decides to stay a panda and everything. It's something she's just gonna have to control. And that's like a really cool message and everything. Because it's like, it's kind of like body positivity and stuff. And I just love all the like, secret messages in like this movie, and how sometimes like, when she's like, her mom breaks down, and, because because here's the thing. Okay, so this is what the movie's about, right? It's your typical young little girl having the time of her life, going through puberty and everything like that. And then all of it, her family is very traditional. They live in a temple. Like she says, you're supposed to respect and honor your mother and stuff like that. Like she loves and adores her mom, right? She crushes on boys and all this other stuff. Then all of a sudden she went to sleep, and then boom, like, she turns into a panda waking up, and it freaks her out. Her body has changed. She's like a giant red panda, the size of like a house and everything. And she's just completely freaked out and cannot calm down. When she is able to calm down, like that's when she reverts back to her human form. And I love how she gets brushes and kind of like brushes her face to try to like calm her nerves out and stuff. And she tries to like, just be as cool and like cucumberish as she can be, right? And so eventually her mom thinks it's her period, and so her mom is preparing her for womanhood and everything. And then when she goes to school, she can kind of control it, kind of can't. But her mom embarrasses her by like stalking the school and then bringing tampons to school. And this pisses her off so much that she loses control, turns into a panda, freaks the kids out, goes home, only to be revealed to her by her parents is that this is something all the females go through in her family. So she learns that many, many, many centuries ago, one of her ancestors was granted the powers of a panda. And with that, she protected her loved ones and her town and village and all this other stuff. And it's passed on from generation to generation. And there's a ritual you have to do to kind of like keep it contained. Basically on the red moon, they like do this like, spiritual ritual type thing, and you go through like a portal and your red panda spirit goes into like a trinket, any kind of trinket that you wear. If it breaks, boom, the beast is unleashed and everything. So she's waiting a whole month for this to happen because she hates it and thinks she is a monster. This got recorded and put on the news to where her grandmother found out. And so her grandmother and all her aunts came to help her with this difficult thing. However, the kids at school are loving it. Even Tyler, the bully and everything. And so they want to go to this concert, but the mom won't let her because she's all like, no, cause her mom will embarrass the crap out of her. When she finds out that her daughter is crushing on the 17-year-old, she makes sure she nips that in the butt. And so like, that she's not allowed to go to a concert, so she's gonna sneak and do it anyways. And she raises money to go to the concert. And how does she raise money? Well, all the kids want to see the giant panda, so she's pimping out her puberty and everything, and making the money and making the profit off it and everything, her and her friends, and they're having a great time. She realizes with the love of her friends, she's able to control the panda and not transform. Her grandmother tells her that this is very dangerous and you can't keep turning into a panda because eventually the animal will take control and all this other stuff. So eventually she's supposed to go to like this party and she doesn't because she's going through the ritual. But then she realizes, like, you know what? I'm having too much fun being a panda. Everybody loves me as a panda at school. I'm like the coolest kid in the world. So during the ritual, when she was about to break away from her spirit, she decided she's going to keep her animal spirit. This pisses off her mom to where her mom trinket got cracked. And her mom unleashed the beast and turned into a giant kaiju red panda. Bigger than all the other pandas and stuff. Because the dad told his daughter that, your mom had a huge fight with your grandmother over me because your grandmother didn't want me to date your mom and everything. And she's really huge and she destroyed like an entire city block. But we didn't know how huge she was until we saw. And she is ferocious. Now, Sandra Oh voices the mom. And Sandra Oh and that James Hong are the only people here I recognize in this entire movie. Everybody else is brand new to me. So while at the concert and being able to control her animal spirit now, she's having a great time at like this concert and stuff until her mom shows up and it freaks everybody out. And so at this point in time, Mei Lee realized, you know what, you ain't gonna control me no more. And so her and her mom fight. The aunts and the grandma, they break their trinkets and they decide we need to help out because we need to contain the mother and everything because she's too angry and too powerful. The animal is taking too much over with her emotions and stuff because she's allowing it because she's just too pissed off angry. So they try to do the ritual on her while Mei Lee and her are fighting. And somehow Mei Lee is able to whoop her behind even though Mei Lee is a whole lot smaller. So they do the ritual and all the females are caught up in like the portal and everything. Now, when you transform into like the panda, it gives you red hair, your natural red hair on top of your head. So they're in that little spiritual place with red hair, and Mei Li finds her mom, but her mom's a teenager. And the reason why her mom and grandma don't get along is because like her mother had to be the perfect person, perfect grades, the perfect family person, had to hold everything together, and she never had time to have fun. So she has a lot of resentment from that, and that's one reason why she's so strict on her daughter. Because her daughter's like a straight A student, but as soon as she started doing the panda thing, she's making C's now. And when her mom found all the stuff and all like the money she's been making and stuff, that pisses her off because her daughter is defying her and everything. And also living the life she wanted to. Because Mei Li even told her, I like to gyrate and I lied to you and everything. And that's something a lot of teenagers do. And she feels terrible lying to her mom. So eventually, all the ladies go through the portal except for Mei Li, who gets to keep her panda abilities. And so now they decided once again they're gonna make a profit off her puberty and everything. They open up the temple to like tourists and everything, and Mei Li turns into a panda and takes pictures and all this other stuff. Her and her friends reconcile because at one point she lied on her friends and said they're the ones who made her do this, when in fact it was her idea to make a profit off of her pandaness and stuff. And so then the movie ended. And like I said before, this is like a really cool movie you can watch on Disney Plus. It is on DVD, but the DVD is pretty pricey and everything. It should be, in my opinion, it should like be brought down in price after being out for so long. However, what's really odd is that there's never ever been a sequel or a prequel. Dome said that there are talks of trying to make future installments, but so far nothing has come of light. Happy Asian and Pacific Islander month, everybody. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.